Hey everybody, this is Michael Gabriel, and you're watching CMS TV.
That'll wrap up your classic rock block right there with Journey from the Escape release with Dead or Alive.
There you go. Good stuff.
Just showing off, showcasing Neil Sean's guitar prowess on that one.
Nice.
Rocking it out. And since we were talking HSAS earlier, it's a nice way to round out that whole segment.
Dead or Alive is not from Frontiers, is it? It's from Escape, right?
Escape, yeah.
Yeah. Come on, John Phillips. Know your journey.
I said that right at the beginning. I said from their Escape release.
I know, and then right away it popped up in the chat room that it was from Frontiers. I was like, no, it's not Frontiers.
Yeah, pal, get your music trivia straight.
Get your old 1981 references in order, pal.
Yeah.
How could you forget in 41 years?
Yeah.
Jesus.
How could you make such a mistake?
Insanity.
We got a quick note here from Lisa Vanasse. I think that's how you say her name, but Vanasse. How do you say that?
V.
She pops in periodically with a little bit of news every now and again.
Okay.
And this is, maybe especially interest to you, not that it affects you in any way, just out of I don't know, newsworthy items.
Okay.
Good evening, Neely and Chris. Did you hear about Pantera being pulled from 3 festivals in Germany due to the racist allegations from the past actions of Phil?
Yes.
You just heard that?
I have. We talked about it on Talk to Me this week, and we're getting killed because I actually said I didn't care, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I heard it's in Germany. It's in that part of the world. And I told this on To Me, but let's tell it again here. And you've heard this before, obviously. It's the same shit as we went through when I had the thing with Doro. And they didn't like that we joked about about Nazis.
Yeah, making the Hitler playing the Hitler clip.
Yeah. They didn't like that. Hitler is a touchy subject in Germany.
Well, of course, it was a world war that Hitler touched off just through his maniacal way of wanting to take over the world.
Yeah, and let's be honest, in my world, that was 80 years ago.
Yeah,
doesn't impact me. Hogan's Heroes impacted me more than the German war did.
Right.
Sorry, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, but they're very, very sensitive about that. Well, just because of the the tragedy of the Holocaust with, the extermination of millions of human beings, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's kind of a hard reputation to live down even after 80 years. Of course, I'm not a German. I never been to Germany, and
sure.
I guess, for some cultures, some countries, some people, they're ashamed of it, or they're maybe, they're regretful. I don't know the answer, but it's the way that I look at that. It's the same people today who still dwell on slavery. Even though it was 200 some years ago, they still dwell on it like it happened yesterday, and they act like it's a current issue or something. And it's like, yeah, it was part of our history and it was like 200 years ago. But, why are you making that an issue today? That's not even because, slaves, because like, all right. Yeah. 200 years ago.
Yeah.
You didn't own slaves. Your grandparents didn't own slaves. Their parents didn't own slaves. How far back do you need to go? Stop with the slaves already. We know it existed.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're not willing to participate. We're not willing to accept guilt or participate in making it quote unquote right.
Right.
Sorry.
And the whole thing is, and not to get into this political discussion, but slavery still goes on today. Not here in this country, but in other places. I mean, made a mention of it earlier. I don't know if you saw this, probably not, but there was a guest on Joe Rogan. I don't remember what the guy's name is. And he was showing these pictures of these people. I mean, literally hundreds of people working in these mines, mining these precious metals for making batteries for these electric cars.
Okay.
You know, and I mean, they're out there digging with their hands and stuff because they're picking up minuscule pieces of minerals and shit and putting it in a bag or in a little box or something.
Right.
And I mean, they're spread out over this whole thing, and they're basically slaves over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, meant to just dig out the precious metal mines over there, and that's what they do.
Right.
But nobody says a goddamn word about that because they're helping save the planet.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pull back to the Pantera specific thing here for a minute, and this is why I think this is a joke. And I mean, it's not a joke per se, but it's pathetic is probably more what I'm trying to say here. So Pantera is the big evil because Phil did the Heil Hitler thing.
He did that.
That's it. So he's the big.
How many years ago was that?
Like 10. But they've had no problems for years having Metallica come back to that same festival again and again and again. And there are very famous pictures of Metallica doing the Heil Hitler salute.
I know, but Metallica is beloved.
Yeah. Well, but Motley Crue is another one that there are pictures of them doing the Heil Hitler bullshit. And they've played this festival in the past. And they continue to play Germany.
Yeah, but they don't have a shaved head.
Yeah. It all comes, well, yeah, I guess, but it all comes back to what you always say. Social media is the root of everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But the thing is that Phil is a big white guy with a shaved head.
Mm-hmm.
So he looked more menacing doing that.
Yeah.
And it looked like he probably is a white supremacist.
Yeah. Well, you want to hear his actual take in a concert about his white supremacy?
Just look at him. He wears those cut off cargo pants and he's got a bald shaved head, and you just know he hates the blacks.
Yes, that must be what it is.
You just know it.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at him.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. So here we go. I'll play this. This is Phil himself. If you can't hear it, just tell me. But I can't really do much with fucking TikTok. But
I can't hear it.
Oh no! Hold on. Here we go. Dang, I got that. I got to hit play first. All right, here we go.
The rap thing that's following me. You feel the same way, don't you? You get fucking tired of this shit, ain't you? I got friends of mine who rent out these PA systems and they rent out equipment, and they're not prejudiced. They're not prejudiced at all. And I'm gonna say on that very token, as far as Pantera is concerned, we got friends of every color and every kind. And you remember what I said? You ain't gotta cheer, you ain't gotta cheer. This ain't a Skid Row show. Just listen to me, listen to me. Listen to me. We got friends of every color and every kind. Do you understand that? You understand what I'm saying? If you conduct yourself as a gentleman and as a human being, then you treat it that way. But when it comes down to when my friends come back and tell me that these black ass rap motherfucking bands are on stage saying, down whitey, the white man is the oppressor, the white man is evil, white this, bad white that, and shit like this. Look, let me say something, motherfucker. I'm born a honky, 100% motherfucking white. You understand me? I was born in 1968. I'm not responsible for motherfucking jack shit that happened and nobody else is. Nobody else is. And every other motherfucking color and race has every reason in the world to have pride. Black power. Black pride. Hispanic pride. All these things. But if you say white pride, what are you? A racist. If you say white pride, you're a racist. But look, let me say what. I'm going to put 1 foot motherfucking forward right now. And I'm going to say straight up, hey, if you got white pride, baby, fuck you, baby, you don't have white pride. And you take that, hey, you take that to the grave with you. And that ain't no damn racist comment. Because I'll embrace my black brother. I'll fucking hug him, I'll shake his hand, I'll kiss him on the goddamn face if I have to. I'll do what it takes. But I'll tell you what, any motherfucker in this world can tell me I can't wake up and look at myself in the mirror and be proud they can suck my Italian dick. Thank you very much.
And that's Phil from like 15, 20 years ago, whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking, holy cow, he looks awful lean.
Yeah, that's definitely a Pantera show. And I remember that era. He was doing that a lot. So yeah. He's not wrong.
Well, I agree. I completely agree.
You know, yeah, that's the guy that's too racist to have come play Rock Am Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sins of the past, my friend.
Look at Jerry. Yeah, man, waiting for Luda from the Luda.
Great.
Yeah, there you go. I'll put some of these comments up here. And some Caucasian people, including myself, have ancestors who were not living in the U.S. during slavery. Both sides of my family's ancestors didn't arrive until the early 1900s, my grandparents told me. So there you go. True. How about Kiss? Kiss has also played Rock Am Ring. And there are definitely pictures of Paul and Ace. It's just bullshit. It's bullshit fucking YouTube nonsense once again.
Well, again, it's selective. Everything is selective, you know. Are you beloved or not? Yeah. If you're not beloved, then you get punished. But if you're beloved, well, you know, that will make an excuse for you.
Right. You want an interesting thought?
Okay.
Would this be happening if the Abbott brothers were in the band and not passed away?
No.
They would welcome them with open arms.
They would.
They absolutely would.
Yep.
They'd let this nonsense go. They would be like, whatever. Phil was drunk. Blah, blah, blah. Move on.
Yeah.
But instead, because it's Phil Rex and, you know, and it's whatever we're calling this Panthrax Society.
Panthrax.
Yeah, it's the Panthrax Society.
Right.
It's, you know, because it's the Panthrax Society, that now it's a big deal. Yeah, good point, Phil Ooze. Good point. Would this happen if Phil was Jewish? No. Oh. That's it. They wouldn't. They wouldn't say a word.
Yeah, got to give them a pass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's nonsense to answer Lisa V's question. It's nonsense, and unfortunately, Phil did a dumb thing. Not going to try and make an excuse for him. He did a dumb thing. Even worse, he did the one thing that's even worse than apologizing for doing a dumb thing, which he did do the apology. But he tried to make up a story that was even worse.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
The whole white wine thing. That was really, really not good. He should have just said.
He just should have owned it.
He should have said, I was drunk. It happened.
Yeah, just own it. Just like, I guess, you know, it wasn't meant to be anything. It was just a stupid gesture and, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it was stupid. I'm not apologizing for it because why? Who did I hurt? Not a single fucking person.
Nope.
So beat it.
Most of the people who were alive during that time, they're not alive anymore either.
Yeah, but he doesn't even need to go to that level. All he needs to say is, I was drunk.
Yeah.
I did something dumb.
Yeah, I just did a dumb thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole thing's nonsense. And all I know is they better not bring these cancellations to fucking the States.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen.
I hope not, because I got 3 fucking sets of tickets. I'm going.
Yeah. But the thing is that, this was at a festival where they had plenty of acts.
Yeah.
As to where this tour coming to the States, that
Yeah.
is part of the tour. That is the main draw, or one of the main draws of the show.
But what a speaking of Rock Am Ring, what a letdown from this. You go from Pantera to their replacement, the Foo Fighters. Ugh. Imagine if you bought tickets to see Pantera and you got fucking, well, hey, we got Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Ugh, give me my fucking money back.
Right.
Because that thing can't be cheap. Rock Am Ring, I'm sure it's like 60 fucking bands or something.
Yeah, it's you know what? I've been to a few festivals where there were, I don't know, 8 or 10 bands on the bill. I don't know how people go to these festivals and see 60 bands. I mean, it's just like overload.
You just pick the ones that you want to see.
I understand, but that's a long day, days. It's just like after a while, it all just becomes noise.
Well, you know why? You know why you don't get it? Because you don't drink.
Yeah, true.
It goes a lot faster if you keep pouring alcohol in.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna take your word for it.
It definitely goes faster if you pour in alcohol. But that being said, there's no way that I'm, going to festivals anymore.
Well, the last one you did was like Rock on the Range.
Rock on the Range, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's a long day for you too.
Yeah, and I sat in the tent most of the day. It was 3 day. It was 3 days, and I sat in the tent most of the day, and just did interviews and stuff. I didn't give a shit about the bands. I just went out when the bands that I wanted to see were playing, like when Slayer was playing or whoever. I just kind of strolled out, watched a little bit, and was like, all right, saw some. I'm out.
Now, are they still doing Rock on the Range? Is that still a thing?
It has a new name.
Oh, really?
It's not called Rock on the Range anymore. It's called Sonic Temple. That's the same shit.
Same cult.
It's what it's again. You want to get into stupid lawsuits?
Really? Okay. Yeah, I'm not aware of this, so please enlighten me, sir.
So at one point, I'm not positive it was Danny Wimmer, but I'm pretty sure it is Danny Wimmer. It was like Danny Wimmer and another guy that did Rock on the Range.
Okay.
And I could be fucking this all up again. I'm not looking it up, so don't sue me, Danny Wimmer. I'm just guessing here.
Is he any relation to Jan Winter?
I don't think so. But what I understand is that the partnership broke up, and Danny Wimmer just started his own thing without the other guy.
Okay. Who did that? Tim Owens?
Tim Owens, yeah, the KK's priest.
No. I'm talking about his club.
Oh yeah, he did that, or he allegedly did that too. I don't know how that's how that worked either, but
it was Ripper's Tap House or something.
Yeah, it was Ripper's Rock House or something.
Yeah. So is that still going, or is that all gone? That's all gone.
Yeah.
They
were on that Bar Rescue, and that Bar Rescue thought that they were rescuing it, and then they went out of business like a year later.
Yeah, I know.
They were Bar Not Rescued.
Now, talk about a recall, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't even know what I was talking about.
I didn't have any clue what you're talking about there. I thought you were talking about KK's priest from the Judas Priest.
And no, when that was a big controversy that Tim was involved with that partner, and that broke up, and then
right.
It was all about the name.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I remember about the Rock House was that it was a great place to see a show.
Sure.
That was last show I saw there was Karabi, when Karabi played the 94 Motley record in its entirety. And that was a great night.
Yeah. And
that was
I know he had like Y&T there several times.
Mm-hmm. He had a lot of good bands that played there. I saw him play there a few times. I definitely saw Y&T there once. I saw several bands there. That was a good room.
Sure.
Had good sound. It was easy to get a drink if you took, I mean, you had like the little room, but then it was, like 2 steps past the room was the bar. So it was easy to kind of come out, get a drink, and then get right back in there and not miss a whole lot of music. I like that room a lot. I wish it was still around.
So what happened? He just closed it up. It just wasn't profitable, or what? Do you even know?
I don't know. I assume that part of it wasn't making enough money, and then the other part was Tim was never there.
Right.
Tim, every time you look, he's in fucking
Europe,
Bullshitistan or wherever. He's always somewhere else. So So I don't know.
He was the absentee owner.
Yeah, I mean, he was touring so much that maybe that was part of it too. I don't know. I've honestly never talked to Tim about that.
All right.
So,
well, maybe you should invite Tim on to one of your Chris Aiken presents and talk about that a little bit.
I should talk. I mean, I'm doing an interview with Tim anyway. He has a new record out, so I should hit him up and ask him about that and ask him about fucking how the fuck he lost so much weight. Have you seen him?
I have not.
He looks like he's auditioning for Philadelphia too.
Yeah. He looks like an AIDS patient now.
He looks, let me find the picture real quick. He looks fucking bone skinny, like too skinny to me. And that coming from a fat guy. So, whatever, I don't know how much credence me saying somebody is too skinny holds, but
maybe he went on the Kevin Smith diet.
It's like that. I mean, he's like 150 or 160 pounds now. He's really, really skinny. Let me see here. Tim Owens weight loss. It was on Blabbermouth, which was kind of weird all by itself, but he was, here we go. Tim Owens. Yeah. Let me open image in new tab. Let's pull this fucker down here. Pull it over to here.
You see, fans, if you guys would be a little more generous with your membership fees, Chris could afford to hire a production guy to work behind the glass.
I don't want a production guy behind the glass. I'd still have to tell him what to do
and work it out. You could hire E-Rock.
Yeah, I don't need that.
No.
I mean, the only difference between us and them is, they're doing the same thing behind the scenes. It still takes, when Anthony says something, it still takes him fucking 10 seconds to get it on the screen. So.
Yeah, but you don't have to watch them look for it, though.
No, you don't. But, anyway, look at the difference between Tim.
Yeah.
I mean, he lost a lot of weight.
How old is Tim? He's what, 50-something?
50-something, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If he figured out a way to lose the weight and get healthy and stuff, good on him.
Yeah, I mean, my only question is he healthy?
I don't know. I'm going to assume that maybe he just decided it was time to, maybe he came across a program that works for him.
Yeah, he's 55.
All right. He's your age.
Yeah. Yeah, and half my weight. Perfect.
All right, fair enough. Well,
yeah.
Good on you, Tim.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, do you think he looks too skinny, or you think he looks right?
He looks about normal.
I think he's a little too
tough. I mean, he come off as like kind of a big buff guy with the when he'd wear his leather jacket and
right,
all that kind of stuff. But he's just kind of lean and mean. But if he was wearing his stage clothes instead of like a sweatpants or whatever.
Yeah,
he probably would look more normal.
Yeah, maybe it's just those pants.
Yeah,
those pants look like he probably had them when he was like 220, and they're the same pants. They just don't. I don't know. Why am I judging how a guy fucking looks? I don't even know that, but I just think he looks too skinny a little bit.
No, I think it's more or less concern is Tim. Are you okay? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you sick or it's one of those horrible things that they had cancer or something and they knew it and they were just riding out their last days doing what they love, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, I just saw him at such and such place and now he's dead.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this picture and I'm thinking, I don't know that I've ever seen him that. Even before Judas Priest, he wasn't that skinny. I met him back when he was doing British Steel or US Metal or one of them bands. I don't remember which band it was. Yeah, I mean, way, way, way back. And I don't remember him being that skinny ever.
Well, he's a beefy guy. He's a buff guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge guy, but I just got kind of the bigger chest and stuff.
Yeah.
Just,
thicker than this.
Yeah.
That guy there looks like
He looks like Tom Hanks' brother.
Gumby. Kind of skinny. Stretched out like Gumby.
Yeah. He's Gumby, damn it.
Yeah. Tim Gumby Owens. Well, hey, good for him if as long as he's healthy.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Sure.
If there's some secret back end, he's he's stage 4 cancer. He's just not telling anybody. I hope that is not the case, but
right.
As long as he's healthy, good for him. Bravo to you, sir. If you were able to drop 50 pounds in a summer, that's pretty good.
Well, hey.
Teach me.
All right.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neely and Chris. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job!